Everyone. We're live from the Cushman & Wakefield booth for ICSC Recon 2019 to bring you all what's next in retail. I'm Alana Leffler, Head of Marketing for America's Retail Services, and with us this morning is Brandon Singer, Executive Director for Retail Services based in New York. How are you, Brandon?
Great, how are you? Good morning.
I'm great. We are at the Cushman & Wakefield booth for another year of deal making. How's the conference going for you?
Just started, but so far so good. A lot of action, a lot of people here, very busy. It feels like things are really the momentum is up and strong, so it feels good.
Yes, and ICSC is doing a lot of new initiatives this year. They have their Retail in Focus with emerging retail concepts. They have the Innovation Exchange to bring you technology in retail, the Health and Wellness Pavilion, which is all new. So we're really excited to check all those things out. And speaking of Retail in Focus with emerging retailers, Brendan, let's talk about some new concepts you're seeing that are coming to bricks and mortar.
Sure. In the market right now, specific to New York and other cities around the country, you have Amazon that's out there looking for space just generally. You have a company by the name of Showfields that's out there looking for space, a very cool concept. Eden, another cool concept that's out there looking for space. Fit House, a company by the name of Ethos. There's a lot of really new, innovative, exciting, new age sort of ideas that are kind of figuring out new ways to utilize and reposition a lot of retail space that has unfortunately been vacant for the past couple of years.
Yeah, so what about the retailers that you're representing? Can you tell us about their concepts?
Sure. So on the list I just mentioned, Showfields, which is the world's first direct-to-consumer store. So it's the most interesting store in the world. And what does that mean? It means it's a place where brands on the internet or that are sort of young, typically millennial-focused type of brands will go showcase their product in a really cool, curated environment with great artwork and great activities and events and a really strong social media presence. You have a concept by the name of Eden that I'm representing, which just opened in Hudson Yards, which is a new take on the third space, which is really cool. It's a place to go when you need a place to go. So if you have 20 minutes between a meeting and you need to go brush your teeth or take a shower or take a nap, that's open on the 4th floor at Hudson Yards in the retail complex.
That's interesting because I just found myself in that situation last week where I was running in between meetings. I really needed to just sit and get on my laptop and send a few emails. Is that sort of what?
Totally. And what they do, it's basically you're paying for time. So you're paying for $6 for 30 minutes. You go in, you can have a cup of coffee, you can go take a shower, you can open your laptop and do some work. And it's a really sort of interesting, relaxing environment with curated retail throughout. There's a company by the name of Ethos that I'm representing that is a new take on the hotel model, which basically is taking a membership club similar to the ilk of a Soho House or something like that and combining it with a members-only environment where you can meet like-minded people and that are looking to they're in a different city visiting, whether it's New York or San Francisco or Chicago or LA, and need a place to go and have a place to stay with a really cool, clean, nice hotel room. There's Fit House, which is a new, exciting fitness concept that I'm representing that's out there. That's sort of giving the boutique fitness experience for a relatively cheap amount of money a month, $99 to $199 a month for unlimited workout classes.
Wow, I think you'll have to sign me up for that. That's great.
So we're working on a few deals there. So there's a lot of interesting sort of tenants that are out there expanding, looking for space. It's just about this whole new age and new ideas and interesting founders that kind of, want to sort of take a new approach to retail.
And when they're looking for their bricks and mortar strategy, they're coming from online. They have all this data to back up what they're doing. Do you use that in your strategy to find them the right space?
Totally. Some of them even aren't even coming from online. Some of them are just ideas. But what I think the interesting sort of common thread between all of it is utilizing data. The same way when you go on a website to go buy something, the website you go to knows where you were before and knows what website you're going to after.
Right.
When you shop the street, traditionally, if you're up walking on Fifth Avenue, for example, and you went to Zara, and then you walked out and you went to Banana Republic, neither of them know that you were at the one before or the one after.
Right.
But that data is readily available between, mobile technology, credit cards. So a lot of these new concepts that I reference are sort of taking advantage of that data and utilizing it to show the brands that they're working with what's working, what's not working, what should change, and it's really sort of the efficiency and the sort of the brilliance of online retail being applied to the brick and mortar setting, and it's working.
Yeah, it's definitely working. I think it's really giving them something to go on that's solid, that they can, they can rely on the data that they've been able to collect. But what about these brands that don't have a prototype for a location? How do you approach working with them, and how do you get the landlords to get on board with something that's still in the concept phase?
So, it's interesting. I think like-minded founders of concepts that have really good ideas and that are able to sort of articulate the idea in a really nice presentation and deck with interesting backers and teammates and people that have sort of come together to put these ideas together. It resonates very well with landlords that also have that same mindset, that are visionary, that are looking to sort of get ahead of the game. And in today's day and age, it takes that type of landlord that a tenant can partner with and feel that they're sort of in good hands, so to speak, to get the transaction done and to really sort of get it from literally an idea that's on a deck on a computer to open for business for the customer, for you and I to go walk in. And now we've been at this for about 2.5, 3 years at this sort of this new age type of approach to retail, and we're seeing the stores open and pop up around urban streetscapes around the country, and specific to New York. And it's very exciting. It's actually happening. So yeah.
That's amazing when you can see it all come together. And so that's pretty much what happened with Eden, right?
Yeah.
With Hudson Yards, so a new mixed-use destination in New York City that's just the city of Denver basically plopped on the west side, and they were really looking for those emerging brands.
Yeah, we met with Related. Related loved it. They thought the concept was great. They thought it would be an amazing amenity for Hudson Yards and all the millions of square footage of office space and residential space and retail space that's there, and tourists and everyone visiting the observation deck that is going to be the tallest in, I think, the northern hemisphere and the western hemisphere, somewhere. Pretty tall observation deck. Nonetheless, they loved it. They thought it would be a really good amenity, and they believed in the vision, and they were very helpful, sort of getting the deal done, and they participated more so than most landlords in sort of the whole process, and it was great to get that deal done with them. Yeah.
And how does that affect your role as a broker and executing on the transaction for the deal?
Typically, I think brokerage, when I first started 13 years ago, was one of the. It was more about you find a space, you negotiate the deal, and then it was somewhat more of a commoditized traditional process. Now, I think it's a little bit more hands-on for a broker. It's a little bit more creative. It's not just finding the space. Sometimes it's helping them find financing. Sometimes it's helping them, navigating the right landlords that are that sort of will be able to sort of see the vision and help get the thing off the ground. And it's more than location A, they're asking this amount of rent, put an offer in and negotiate a deal, or that's location B, do the same thing, whoever gets the best deal. It's more of a more participation on sort of more fronts than just the typical real estate. So.
Interesting. Well, congratulations on that deal and everything else that you're working on. Sounds really exciting. It's a really exciting time in general for retail. Thank you for joining us, and thank you all for tuning in. Check back throughout the day. We're going to be coming to you live from the Cushman & Wakefield booth at ICSC Recon 2009. I'm Alana.